Welcome to the SNLF Dugout Diaries. A little special today. We've actually had a lot of breaking news, a few whispers around, and Twitter has gone wild over the fact that we have Grant and Andy here, formerly of Forest Row, who last week left the club and have this morning actually joined East Grinstead United FC. Gents, thanks for coming in at such short notice and giving us the scoop here. Firstly, how are you? What kind of a whirlwind a few days have you had?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having us. I don't know about you, Grant, but it's been mental. Literally, I just feel like we should glue the phone to our ear. It'd just be quicker to answer and quicker to literally from phone calls, texts, WhatsApps, X, Facebook. I'll be honest with you, Mike. Obviously, I've never switched club before, but I promise you, I've never known anything like it.
And Grant, you're actually away on holiday at the moment, aren't you?
I am, mate. Yeah, hence the room. Yeah, sorry, guys. So yeah, I'm away on my holidays. I booked this week though because when we was at Forest Row, this was one of the weeks where we didn't have a midweek game. So I'm only going Monday to Friday. So I thought, great, I'll have a peaceful week, chill out, charge the batteries. Andy can take training on Thursday, and then I thought, so there's Sunday we get the phone call. Do you want to come in? And it's all blown up. So I've had to go away still. So it's been absolutely chaos. Obviously, I'm here with my missus. She's doing her editing. She's moaning at me being on the phone for 8 hours a day when I'm supposed to be on holiday. But there we go. That's life as a manager at this level, isn't it? Non-league managers, 24 hours a day. But it has been absolutely crazy last few days. It really has.
Right. So, lads, obviously, I do these little specials when there's some big breaking news. I've watched you guys last season create the most successful Forest Row side in their history that probably should have won the league. Obviously, you went up via the playoffs and that to now be second in the SCFL Prem, making teams like Haywood Heath, be honest, with a good chance of still catching up and that to then drop everything and see that there is an East Grinstead job now available, a club which we'll talk about because we now know that you know them very well from your history, that are bottom of the league with, I believe, is it a point there?
3 points.
Three points, okay. And a huge task ahead of them. So my first question, gents, is why now? Why now when Forest Row were flying and East Grinstead look in a really, really tough situation?
Well, do you want me to go first, Andy, or do you want to?
Yeah, go on, Grant. Go on, sorry.
Okay, so you sort of say, why now, Mike? Really, it's just about timing. You know, we didn't plan it. We didn't look to go. We were happy at Forest Row. We had clear objectives for the season. As you say, try and push Haywood Heath as far as we could. They are a very, very good team. And that was the plan and always was. We just got a phone call. Obviously, we saw on Twitter the news breaking on Saturday night that Drew had resigned from East Grinstead. Just out there as well, Drew's a friend of mine, an ex-teammate of mine. I've known Drew for 25 years. He's a mate of mine,
Okay.
And I've got a lot of respect for him. He's a good guy. So I saw that news on Saturday evening, and I thought we might get a call about it. So me and Andy got a call on Sunday afternoon to go to the football club to meet the committee and the board. And we went down there and had a discussion with them, and they offered us the job there and then. So you sort of say, why now? But the thing is, we really Andy and I had a lot of thought about it and debated it a lot, And football's like that, timings. I think the thing for us is obviously, as we'll probably come to a bit later, we are East Grinstead lads. We both manage there. I've been at the club since 2002.
Can you elaborate on that a bit, Grant? Because I didn't realise how far back you go with East Grinstead.
Yeah, I joined in. I think it might have even been earlier. Actually, it was around about 2000, maybe 2002. I can't remember the exact date. It's a long time ago. I moved to East Grinstead. With my wife. She's from East Grinstead, I'm from Croydon, but we moved to East Grinstead. I was playing for Merstham at the time, and it was just on my doorstep. So I thought I'll go and play for them. I just turned up one day to watch a game, saw who the manager was, spoke to him in the bar and said, I've just moved in the area. Can I come and join? Who you're playing for? Merstham. And Merstham were a couple of leagues above where East Grinstead was. So obviously he snapped my hand off. So I went straight in as a player. Played over 100 games for the first team. Even captained them for a few games, not regularly. The odd game when the captain was suspended or injured or etc. So yeah, I enjoyed my time there. Then when I packed in football, I went straight into management. I managed their third team, which was in Mid Sussex. I think they were Mid Sussex Division 6. Mate, I was putting goal nets out. I was picking dog crap off the pitch, broken bottles off the pitch, mate.
So you've had a long affinity with East Grinstead, which understands, because obviously when a club's in trouble, and it's clear that there's a tough task on at the moment, that sometimes someone that knows the club from within, knows the people that are in there, can help bang their heads together, put a plan together, and improve the club. Okay, so I mean, Andy, what are your thoughts on that? Because I know you guys are there every other Saturday. You were there with like Forest Road because you were ground share.
Yeah.
So they obviously knew what you were putting together as a team at Forest Road. The way you worked, the way you trained, the way you dealt with players, you recruited very well, very well. So, Andy, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, I think it's not lost on us. It's, we're completely reversing what we're doing, i.e. a promotion battle to, the ultimate aim, we can't dress it up, is to get them safe. But from our position, me and Grant looked at it and, people say 8 points is a lot. There is 2 games in hand that's to be had as well. So I think when you strip it back properly and look at it in its bare bones, it's doable. Right, it's very doable. A bit like Grant I've been at the club since 2017, 2018, doing their 16s, 18s, 23s. And then obviously me and Grant left to have a year sabbatical. But yeah, obviously, from mine and Grant's point of view, if you cut us in half, we're amber and black. We're East Grinstead Town. And the thing is, again, I don't dress things up, Mike, is at this moment in time, the club's in peril. So from me and Grant had a long conversation to say, look, can we help East Grinstead Town? And B, do we think we can do it? And the answer to both of them questions is we think we can. So do I want to see extensively the club that we love go down and get relegated when we think that we bring something to the table that can save them? And by and large, Mike, that's, absolutely, if people want to say it's the heart rule in the head. But I also think it is a job that we can do, and that's why we decided to take it.
I love that. I do like that. Now, there's a couple of things. Obviously, Sussex football, you hear everything on the socials, people talking about this. Some of the fans are talking. Some of the fans are talking, not so much from the East Grinstead side, but from the Forest Road side. Does this mean players are going to be exodus of Forest Road to go there? Because we all know on this call, you've got players there that can play even higher than East Grinstead in that team, in my opinion, because I've seen them. Okay, so what would be the message to there? Because if it was me, I'd be bringing some of those over without a doubt. Is that a possibility in the future?
I think, again, just being honest with you, Mike, is some players do play for certain managers. So I think there's inevitably going to be a crossover. But it's not. I don't want them thinking it's just Forest Road players we're going to bring across, because that's not the case. And the calibre of player that we are looking at, obviously, there's one being announced today. Is Dan Perry,
who is a fantastic player, by the way.
Well, and that's the thing. You need goals. Either end of the table, whether you're looking at promotion or relegation, you need your 20, 25 goal a year, man. But what we do know, obviously, with Forest Row is Ian Nichols is taken over. He's a good guy. We worked with him, Grant, didn't we, at East Grinstead for a number of years. He himself knows a lot of players and good players. So do I feel that Forest Row is going to demise. No, I don't. I think Ian Nichols will go in there, and I think he'll do a stellar job. I mean, they're second in the league, 28 points. Ian's a very experienced coach. You know, and I genuinely mean this. You know, we want him to pick up where we've left off and basically, you know, carry on the job and do well.
I like that. So it's not like you've gone there and gone, that's it for Forest Row. That's it. You've been there. You do care that there's going to be major changes, obviously, at the time. But the caliber of the guy that Forest Row have got in seems to be pretty special, to be fair. He seems to have, as you said, you know him. So you guys have known what he's going to be doing. I'm sure you may have said something if you didn't feel he was potentially right, whether that was your choice or not, you know, or in there. So are you saying, gents, that you're pretty confident that they're being left in as good a place as they could be, Forest Road, for the future?
100%. You know, like we said,
Yeah,
you know,
I think so as well. Obviously, I'm sorry, Andy.
I was just going to say, you know, you've got to
on
bear in mind, Ian and Drew were at East Grinstead for what, 4 years? You know, so he's got 4 years of Isthmian level football coaching knowledge. Ian's also done coaching at Crystal Palace. You know, honestly, you know, to the Forest Road fans, what I would say, you've got a very, very, very good manager.
And do you think, gents, that moving forward with them before we, because I don't want to make this about Forest Road, but I wanted to clear some of those things because I thought it was only fair. Do you feel that they're now still in that position to kick on and push potentially, you know, because there must be some kind of ceiling there at the club. There's no ground at the moment. It would take major investment, I believe, to make that happen in the way, you know, which is at the same time, you've got to understand as well that you guys have ambition in there. So could you tell me, yes or no, that you feel that they're going to be on the right trajectory to keep pushing on, and it's not going to be a free fall that you sometimes see in clubs where managers leave and then suddenly they go from there straight away? Are you confident that won't happen?
I'm very confident, yeah. Like and Andy said, I think Ian going in there. Look, of course, that there will be some changes of players. He will probably want some players out of East Grinstead to go to Forest Road, and we want some of our Forest Road players to come to East Grinstead. So there will be probably a switch over of a number of players. I'm sure there will be, and we're happy to work with them on that. But I think, as you said, though, Mike.
What was he? As you think he's frozen, isn't he?
At the key moment there, I like that.
At the point, yeah, just at that bit.
We'll keep talking there.
Sorry, it just dropped out. It's come back in.
There
sorry, mate. It just dropped. Sorry, like I said, I'm on holiday with one bar.
I know. I won't be keeping you too long before the wife goes mad.
Cheers, mate. Elliot's come in as a new chairman. He's an ex-player of the club, ambitious, wants to take the club forward. We were already looking at a plot of land in Forest Row with a farmer. Discussion to get a potential new ground in, but obviously that's not going to be tomorrow or next year. We're talking years and years down the line. But that was already on the cards, etc. But you know, the opportunity for us to go to East Grinstead just came on Sunday, and like I said, our affiliation with the club was so strong that if we didn't take this opportunity, it might not come around again for another 3, 4, 5, 6 years, or if not, never again. So we felt that you know. We back ourselves. We know the players that we can bring in. We're hoping that we can get them out at trouble and get them up the table and get them safe. That's the first objective this season. And then we'll look beyond that. And Andy and I have got a plan always further than afield than that, or just 1 year. But obviously this season, we need to get them safe and keep them in that league. And I am very confident that Forest Row will be fine with regard to the structure. Say Ian's come in. We're not taking all the players. So obviously they're going to have a core of, I don't know, we had a squad of 20 players. They're probably still going to have 12 or whatever of our players. They'll bring in a load from East Grinstead. Mate, whether they'll be second in the league, they might have a bit of a transitional period. I don't know, but I still think they'll finish in the playoffs.
Good. Well, that's fine. And thanks, guys, for clearing that up. I just wanted to quickly talk about East Grinstead now. Okay. I feel it's a sleeping giant in there. I feel that I agree with you. If you hadn't took this chance now, you know, you probably would have regretted it. I feel. What's the club like there? Has it got ambition to kick on, or are you in there to make up your own ideas, assess the squad, and see where you go this season?
I think it's a little bit twofold, Mike. If I'm honest, I think this year you have to just look at staying up. You know, there can't be any other plan. That has to be plan number one. Obviously, Grant was watching the game last night via a stream. I was down at Faversham Town watching the game.
2-1, wasn't it?
2-1. Do you know what?
No, that's not bad, is it?
I'm telling you now, they probably should have won it.
Wow.
They were. I'm amazed they got nothing out of that game. It was literally 2 errors cost them. Two defensive laps cost them. But that they were the better side. You know, which is positive. You know, it's a very young side that went out there last night. You know, they worked hard. You know, I've got to take my hat off. You know, I'll be honest with you, me and Grant haven't, obviously, because our commitments to Forest Row, when they're playing, we're playing. So we've not really seen them. And you know, you can look at the results against Ashford 6-0 or whatever, and then you think they're playing second in the league. Let's go and see what's what. I was absolutely well chuffed with what I saw. The effort, the commitment. They at the post, they missed. That the keeper pulled off 3 worldies. If Grinstead had won that game 4-2, that probably would have been the right result.
And saying that away to Faversham, that is saying something. So that's telling me that you've probably looked at the squad and thought, hang on, there is a base here. For whatever reason it is, something ain't clicking. Maybe spicing up a few positions, bringing in a bit of new blood might be a catalyst where you can go on a run and get it. Because we all know football's it's a funny game. In 3 games' time, there could be someone else in that position, and you're moving up. You know, so talk to me now, just quickly, gents. What's the plans? You taking the reins on Saturday?
Yeah, we're going from Saturday. So we've got training tomorrow night. Sorry, I've lost track of this week, to be fair. Training tomorrow night. And then obviously Saturday we're away at Sheppey United. Tuesday night, straight back in at home to Deal Town. So yeah, we just got to focus on, you know, what we need points. It's as simple as that. So, you know, get into training, get ourselves organised. You know, we're under no illusion that this is a task. You know, you'd be silly not to think it. So the biggest thing for us is get them organised, get them structured, implement your system as quickly as possible, get it working. You know, and that's what me and Grant will always say to anybody is if you're going to recruit to a system. And that's how you end up with the right players. So that's our task, and obviously utilise the squad that's there as well. Like, you know, like we said, there's a lot of positive performances last night, and it was great, Mike, because it gave me and Grant a brilliant headache.
I like
that. It's fantastic. You know, I'll openly say to the boys when we see them Thursday, you know, bravo. You know, you're absolutely unlucky, but yeah, look, it's about get them safe this year. You know, me and Grant will regroup. Then I think as the club, look, you've got a fantastic stadium. You've got arguably the best pitch in Sussex to play on. You know, I don't know if you've been down there, Mike. But
I have, yeah.
Yeah, obviously they've done a lot of work on the pitch because last year I think they had drainage issues, but everything about it, you know, the dressing rooms, it's got, you know, it's got your own medical room, offices, etc. It's designed to be kicked on, and the committee know that. But you know, let's get this season out of the way first. You know, fingers crossed we can keep them up, and then we can look onwards and upwards from there. And like Grant said, like we went to Forest Row and we pretty much had a 3-year plan. I think the position we're in, like I don't want to keep reiterating it, but the position we're in, we just got to focus on staying up. If we can keep the club up, then that's when me and Grant sit down and go, right, what's the plan? Is that going to take us 1 year, 2 year? Because it's important to have goals that constantly move a football club on.
Have you got a points total in mind, lads?
As many as possible.
Yeah.
Notoriously in that league, it's a weird
I think
one.
the magic number, even in the Premier League, isn't it? 38, 39. Whether you get to that, I don't know. But
40.
you know, no. All we know, we got, and this Yeah, I think so. But this year, it's four clubs go down this year, so it's
Four.
even tougher. Normally, it's 2 or 3. Some
You like to
go
make it
down out
easy,
this
don't
league
you?
next year, this season. Yeah, so but we're only we're 3 wins away from that. I know we've only won 1 game all season, but we know about for us as well. Mentality is a big part of the football. And but myself, I've been relegated myself before as a player, and when you get on that spiral of losing games, as soon as you look at you turn up on a Saturday and you think, oh God, this is going to be hard work. What are you doing, Andy? Well, this is going to be hard work. And when the first goal goes in, you think, oh, here we go again, bloody hell, we're going to lose. But, the players we're getting in, hopefully we're going to be bringing in. Yeah. Yes, we can. The players that we're bringing in, Mike, are used to winning. They're we'll be bringing the players over from Forest Road. They're going to be winning. So the mentality, the players hopefully
it's going to be an injection of mentality into the team.
Into the team, and that's what we're trying to do. But positive mentality. As soon as if we concede a goal, which everyone does, it's right. Let's go and get a goal rather than. And I say I've been in that position before where I've been relegated once in my life, and it was a horrible season of my life. It becomes a raw going to football. Oh my God, I've got football Saturday. Oh no, Jesus, what we're going to lose again? It's that, and you've got to get that out your head, and that's the first thing we'll be doing is mentality.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to... I've just got one more question, gents. I've just got one more question for you, gents, because I know you're busy and you got your Sky Sports Media stuff about to happen and all that lot, and the wives are kicking it. What's your message to the Forest Road fans? Your last message there.
Last message to Forest Road. It's been unbelievable.
For me,
Go on.
I'd just say, look, we've had a brilliant. I was going to say we've had a brilliant time there. We've taken them, like I say, when we took over, they were like 3rd from bottom in Div 1. We got promoted in the first year. This year, they're 2nd in the league. They probably as supporters didn't think that we were going to achieve anything like that. So I think we've massively overachieved from their expectation. Not from ours. Me and Andy knew that was going to happen. We really did. So it didn't overachieve from us. But for the Forest Row fans, look, obviously we leave with a heavy heart. It was a decision that was made purely out of love for East Grinstead, and probably we wouldn't have gone to any other club except for East Grinstead. We have been offered jobs all last season, and we've been offered jobs this season as well at a higher level, and haven't gone. And it's only the pull of going back to East Grinstead, I think, that's doing it. So I think Forest Row will be, obviously it's a proud part of our history moving forward, and obviously getting promoted last year was probably one of the best achievements for me in my management career. So we leave with great memories, with but a heavy heart. The fans are hopefully they'll welcome us back whenever we want to go there, because we think we've done a very good job while we've been there. So it's just that's football, and you move on, and the next club comes along, and you can't be sentimental about it. But it was a heavy heart, tough decision, but one we felt we had to do. So we wish him all the best. I say Ian Nichols in charge now. I think he'll take them forward. So we hope that we've left them in a better position than when we came in, and we know we have 1,000,000%. So.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that. You've definitely left the club in a better position. The club is a club now, and you look at it and think, I don't fancy playing against Forest Road. No, I don't fancy playing against that lot. You didn't have that 2 years ago. Do you know what I mean? In there. And then my final question now. So what is the message to the East Grinstead fans? Is it get behind the team? We're in this together. What is it, gents?
Yes, 100%. I mean, the one thing, the Grin fans a few years ago, Grant, correct me wrong, won the Richmond Sausages Supporters of the Year award. And they had Harry Redknapp come down to present it at a big fun day. There's some other footballers came down. The one thing you got to give their fans, even last night in Faversham Town, Tuesday night at Faversham Town, they've got the Grin Massive go down there. They're very, very vocal. They're very, very loyal fans. Obviously we're coming in, backers primarily. We're here to turn the fortunes around, but obviously having their support they're a 12th man. And that's the thing. They're behind the goal. Even at our 23s games, Grant, they used to turn up, smack the board, cheer, sing along. They're brilliant. And hopefully, we're coming in to give them, something they can cheer for.
Well, lads, I really, really, firstly, I'm grateful that you come on in your schedule.
Thanks for having us.
So yeah, anytime, you know, my support for you guys. You've been day oneers. You've supported our brand from the absolute get go, and I'm excited to see how it goes. I really am. I'm a bit disappointed. I'm never not going to get to go in the old Forest Road Tea Hut now, but I'm going to have to see Grant. We have to sort something out.
Yeah, you can come in the East Grinstead Tea Hut now.
Yeah,
Fine,
exactly.
no
So
problem. No problem.
I'm going to get in there. Right, I'm going to keep an eye on this. I wish you both every success for both clubs, for both of you guys, for both your families, because it's a big ask. It's a big challenge. But if anyone can do it, lads, it's you two. So, yeah, it's a crazy world of Sussex football. So, Grant, Andy, thanks for coming in the dugout, lads.
Thank you very much for having us
pleasure,
on.
mate. All the best, mate.
Lovely. Good luck, boys. All the best.